Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of the Year in Cards class. This month we're going to be making some gift card holders and also a small envelope with a small card inside that fits a gift card perfectly. The first thing I'm going to be doing is making the envelope for the small card. And this envelope template can be downloaded at twopeasinabucket.com along with the class information. And I just printed it out on some regular computer paper, and the paper is pretty thin so I could see the line that was printed through the other side. So I'm just adhering just around the edge of the envelope. I'm applying it to some Sassafras Last pattern paper. And for these gift card holders, I'm using mostly Sassafras Last products. I really like their papers and stickers and embellishments because they're really eclectic and quirky and really fun, especially for gift cards, which you're giving away as a gift, and usually it's for celebration type things, so it's perfect for gift cards. After you've cut out the envelope template, just use a ruler and connect the corners on each side and then score it. This will make it easier to fold over the edges. If you don't score it, you can try folding it over on your own, but you run the risk of having it fold in the wrong place. So just make those scores really quickly and then start to fold over the edges. And you can fold this a couple of different ways if you want it to be open long ways or the short side or whatever. I'm having it open on the long side, so it's sort of a horizontal envelope. And after I have it folded, I'll just turn it over and put some adhesive, but I'm only going to put the adhesive on that larger flap. And that's because that's really all it needs. I'm just going to put it along the sides. I'm avoiding the center because the center is exposed to the inside of the card. So just the sides. And then I'll be making a little red insert that for some color on the inside of the card. This is another sheet of Sassafras Last double-sided pattern paper. And included in the template for the envelope, you'll have a couple of these sort of half circles that you can use to decorate the different flaps of the envelope. I included 4 of these because if you wanted to, you could decorate the outside of the envelope or the inside and not have it be adhered closed. I'm just going to cut this out really quick, and then I'll be peeling off the backer sheet, the template, and then adhering it to the card, or the envelope. It's not a card yet. Adhering it to the envelope. The card we're going to be making for this, to fit inside this envelope, is one that you start with a 3 3/4 inch wide by 5 inches tall piece of cardstock, and then just fold it in half. And it's the perfect size for a gift card. And you can slide that in the envelope once you have the gift card inside. And here's a gift card that, it's an old one, it's expired, it's from Christmas, hence the gingerbread man. But you could just glue it with like a mini glue dot just inside the card to hold it in place, and then slide it in the envelope later when you're ready to give it away. I'm going to decorate the front of this card with some stickers from Sassafras Last once again. And if you're wondering which collections from Sassafras all of these stickers and papers are from, it's from a couple different collections, and all the products will be listed at 2Ps on the class page. So you can go over there and check out what I used and maybe make some of your own using the same products. Just adhering this little number strip, and I'll cut off the end. On the inside too, just cleaning it up a little bit. And then I'll be rounding the corners. I really love this squeezy rounder punch from Fiskars. I use it quite a bit. If you watch my Finally Friday videos at 2Ps, you'll be, you're well aware that I like to use that punch. Now I've adhered some letters. These are some micro chipboard letters from Basic Gray. I'm just having us spell out the words "for you." And these letters in particular are pretty forgiving until you press down on the letters to have them adhere to the card. So if you want to just place them where you need them, temporarily, and sort of move them around a little bit, you can do that with these letters. These are some embellishments from Sassafras Lass. I thought the red and orange and gold colors would go well with this card in particular. And that finishes up the card. You can put your gift card inside and then slide it inside the envelope. And the last thing to do for this gift card holder was, instead of having it glued shut so that you can never use the envelope again, just in case the recipient of the gift card they might want to re-gift this gift card or whatever, I decided I'd tie ribbon around it. So this is just some ribbon. I'm tying it in a bow. And that finishes up the very first card. We're only going to be doing 2 cards this month because they're a little more time intensive. So there's the first one. And the second one, it doesn't even require an envelope. The card itself can be the gift with the gift card inside. So this is a strip of cardstock that is cut to 8.5 inches wide by 3 inches tall, the way it's shown here anyway. Eventually, the card will be turned the other direction so it's vertical, but for the sake of this. And what I've done is I've scored it at 1.5 inches from one end and 3 inches from the other. And I'm just using my T-square ruler to score those lines. And then folding it over. And I'll show you how the gift card will go inside. It will eventually slip inside of a little pocket right there, and then it can close. So that's essentially what we're aiming for, but now we're just going to decorate the gift card holder. Got some papers from Sassafras. They're cut down to some different dimensions, and I'll have the dimensions written in the instructions that are with this class over at 2Ps. So I'm not going to bore you with the dimensions now, but basically just slightly smaller than the panel size on each panel. So tearing that pattern paper in. And I put it in, and then I realized that there was a tiny bit more space at the top, and since that top edge is what will be seen when you open the card, I decided to focus on that end more than the other and get that one centered and positioned in there just right. The next thing you'll need to do is take some ribbon, and I'm using some 5/8 inch grosgrain, and you're just placing it over the top of the card, and this is just so that you can make some tick marks with a pencil where you'll need to make some cuts into the folds on the card to make those little marks. And then I'll take scissors and carefully just sort of take a nick out of that corner. And this will be so that later we can thread the ribbon through the card. And there you can see it through right there. Now cut the bottom one. Okay. And you can, at this point you can set the ribbon aside, or you could even do this step a little bit later, but I decided to do it then before I forgot. The next thing you're going to be doing is we need to decorate the front of the card. I'm going to start out by inking up this wood grain stamp from Hero Arts with some espresso ink. And I put like a scratch piece of paper covering the center panel of the card so that when I stamp using this background stamp, it won't get on the center panel. So press down really hard on that background stamp, and then the front panel has a stamped image. And I've also got, also for the front of the card, some pattern paper from Sassafras. I'm just going to round all the corners, all the 4 corners on this square. And then I'm going to start designing what I want it to look like. I have this paper flower from Making Memories and some brads from Sassafras. And I punched a hole and then put the flower on. It wasn't quite the right position, so I ended up punching another hole. But the flower covered it up, so it wasn't a big issue. And then I adhered some chipboard letters from Basic Gray. This is from their porcelain collection. These brown letters have little itty bitty vanilla dots on them. I thought they were super cute and kind of went with the retro feel of the Sassafras Lass papers. And these letters are so tiny that my stubby little fingers could not arrange them. So I ended up using some scissors just to get a little bit better control while I arrange these letters to say celebrate. Okay, I'm pressing them down really hard. And then I'm taking the ribbon and I'll be threading it through from the outside at the top. And that'll follow down through, and then you'll put it through the slit that you made at the bottom. And this makes it so that you can have that ribbon stay in place even after the person opens the card. And I'll be putting that one over top. I'm going to be using some 3-dimensional adhesive, and I just made sure I didn't put any of the foam adhesive on the center of that square piece so that the ribbon could go behind it. Okay, and the gift card, it'll eventually go in there, but first we need to staple the sides. You could use a brad, but I wanted this to be not quite as bulky as it would be with a brad. So I decided I'd staple it, plus it takes up very little room on the sides of the gift card. And then you can slide that gift card in. It's a perfect fit. And then tie up the ribbon at the bottom of the card. And that makes it easy for whoever receives it to open it up and still have the ribbon stay with the card. Anyway, those are the cards for this month. Hope you enjoyed. And if you have any questions, go ahead and join us on the message boards over at twopeasinabucket.com in the education section. Hope to see you there. And thanks for watching.